I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates.
I'm coming for you, Benny.
What the fuck?
It's a data storage device, kind of like a holotape, but a lot more advanced.
Incidentally, it will interest you to know that the man you seek has fled the Strip and is likely making haste for Caesar's camp as we speak. Seek Caesar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Kursorlu Kulus will be waiting.
Awe, are you ready to head upriver? The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat. By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items.
What is considered a banned item?
Alcohol and all chems, including stims and other addictive items.
I agree to disarm.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. Awe, true to Caesar.
So this is it. Fortification Hill.
Awe.
The seat of Caesar himself.
Some of the slaves have been
Traitor.
spreading stories about the burned man again. So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. If you're in the mood to trade, just say the word.
I'd like to know more about you.
Shoot.
Are you part of the Legion?
No, sir. I'm an independent trader from Arizona.
Is it dangerous to trade with the Legion?
Not at all. They're my best customers. As long as you don't try to sell them chems or alcohol, they treat you fair. Hell, I don't even need to travel with guards most of the time in Legion territory. All the bandits are dead or run off.
Do you ever trade with the NCR?
Between having to hire protection and getting slapped with taxes, it's more profitable to stick to Arizona and New Mexico. But I do cross the river from time to time when an opportunity comes along.
Let's talk about something else. Have you ever met Caesar?
I haven't had the pleasure. I have crossed paths with Legate Lanius, his second in command, however. It was unpleasant.
Tell me about the Legate.
He's the best the Legion has to offer, or so the legionaries say. Brute of a man, wears a fancy metal mask in a battle. He killed one of my pack Brahmins simply because it was in his way. I knew better than to complain about it, though.
Show me what you have for sale.
Have a look.
Cowboy repeater long tube. Upgraded springs. Well, I'm gonna sell the service rifle anyway. I'll take a long tube for the cowboy repeater. Anything I can offer him? HP +4 for a minute, wow. Does he have any nuts by any chance? No, he doesn't.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Later, Dale.
Be seeing you around.
We go to meet with Caesar.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
That's Caesar's tent up there.
Awe, true to Caesar.
If you're injured, I might have healing powder to spare.
Are you a doctor?
I never finished my training. The Legion saw to that when they overran my town. I do know basic first aid, but I've had to rely on tribal remedies to treat illnesses and injuries. Healing powders and all that. I'm always running low on Xanderroot. Plenty of Brock flowers, though.
Are you using 1 Brock flower per Xander root, right?
Oh, I've been using 2 roots per flower. Thanks to you, I'll be able to create twice as much healing powder per day.
Do you have anything for sale?
For sale? I'm a slave, not a merchant. I could give you some healing powder every day, but you'd have to be a friend of the Legion.
I have some questions about you.
What do you want to know?
Where are you from originally?
A small town in New Mexico. The Legion burned it a few years back. That's how I ended up here.
How long have you been a slave?
3 years and counting. If I could just get across the river, I'd be free. Not that I'd try it. I've seen what happens when you get caught.
How are women treated around here?
We're property. If you're too young or too old, the men usually leave you alone. Usually. All right.
What do you know about Legate Lennius?
The Legate is not a man to be crossed, especially if you're a woman. That's all I'll talk about it.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Some of the slaves have been spreading
So, women are not allowed to serve in the Legion. Wrong way.
Our way. True to Kaiser.
Anthony.
Outsiders are a rare sight at the fort. Step carefully around here and you might just leave alive. I'm Anthony, Master of the Hounds.
Nice dog.
Lupa. Yes, she's the mother of a lot of our best dogs. She's getting old, but she's still a tough old bitch. Aren't you, girl? Yeah.
I had some questions.
Yeah.
Where does the Legion get its dogs?
We breed them mostly, but sometimes we get some good ones from Denver. That whole city is overrun with them.
You train these dogs?
Been doing it since I was a boy. The mongrels know to listen up when I start talking to them.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Can you tell me about Legate Lennius?
It took years for Caesar to conquer Lanius' tribe, and Caesar showed mercy to the survivors, allowing them to join the Legion. Had the positions been reversed, Caesar would be dead. Lanius is called the Monster of the East because he never, ever shows mercy.
I've heard that one quite a few times before in this game series.
Later.
Our way, true to Kaiser. You must enter Kaiser's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Should have brought something to read.
So I finally get to meet the courier who's accomplished so much in so little time. That's why I summoned you here, right? I mean, a man nearly kills you, and your response is to track him across the breadth of the Mojave? You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat? You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup? When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
Just say, just deal with Benny. Well, I know. You'll just say, well, I've got spies everywhere. That's why I know so much about you. Basically, if I choose that one, he just goes, no, you'll do what I say, and then I'll let you deal with Benny. Okay, let's start with this one. How may I serve your Legion, Caesar?
I like the servile attitude. Keep it up. The time is fast approaching when my Legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
What do I have to do?
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 Casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
And once I'm inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
And there he is. Well, well, well.
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, well, laugh it up on your own time. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
He gave me the platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
Okay, tell me more about the factions that want to rule Vegas.
Which greedy overlord do you want to start with?
What's so bad about the NCR?
Ain't we covered this? The only thing not bad about them is they ain't Legion. The NCR is the biggest gang of thieves in the Mojave. Only difference is they pass laws to make their crimes legal before they commit them.
Why shouldn't Mr. House run Vegas?
Mr. House hides Vegas under his skirt when the bombs fall 1,000 years ago, so it belongs to him? Forever? You buy that? Baby, every boss has a line to explain why he's special. Why everyone's gotta do what he says. You're just figuring that out? Vegas gotta swing, baby. Gotta have pizzazz. Respect where due, but that old man is square to the core.
Tell me about the 3 families.
The chairmen are true blue. The Omertas are degenerates. Never trust them. Or the white gloves. Just something creepy about them. Set it up right and the families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing.
You think Caesar would destroy the strip?
Nah, just spruce it up with a crucifixion here and there. Come closer so I can step on you. The Legion is twisted, baby. Original losers worshipping the king of creeps like he's some kind of god. They're worse than roaches. My advice? Put on your stomping shoes. Go on. Ta-ta.
Oh, before I go on... Ooh. That's for shooting me in the head, you prick!
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the...
Aw.
Now, the thing is, usually I upgrade the Securitrons. I usually do end up killing Mr. House, but the thing is, I upgrade the Securitrons so that he'll let me back into the fold of the Lucky 38. Because if I go in down there and destroy everything, his Securitrons will not let me back onto the strip. They will try to kill me. Ow! Fucking wanker! Your mate's a prick. You know that, don't you?
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Thank you.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
And also because Mr. House is down here on a remote terminal, so if we destroy everything in the vault, he'll know about it.
Well, you're here ahead of schedule. I suppose it's just as well. This is where I wanted you to end up after all. I knew I could rely on Caesar to give you back the platinum chip.
What is this place?
It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a kind of barracks. You'll understand soon enough.
You wanted me to come down here?
That's rather obvious, isn't it? The platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
I'll upload the data as you ask.
Good. I won't hold you up any longer.
Pulse gun.
Please stand clear.
Mr. Veronica. Ooh, plasma grenades! Pulse grenades.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Okay. Let's do some hacking. So that one, that one, that one. That one. That one. Yes! Cancel the security element. Okay, next. Let's try not to waste a programmer's digest this time. Okay, so so it's nothing ending in T-I-O-N. Yes. Cancel security. Right, okay. That should be it. Skill 56. Take some notes. Goes up to 60. Yes. Where the junction goes.
Do not interfere with security operations.
Oh, right away.
Move along, please. Move along, please. Move along, please.
Anyway, Caesar won't know what the hell I've done down here. I felt the ground shake. Is it done?
Move along, please.
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again. You are free to leave.
Should have brought something to read.
Our way, true to Caesar.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself.
Thank you, Caesar.
Consider it the first of many bestowments.
Accepted. Now I should be getting Caesar's loot boxes. I still have my skill max.
So, baby, what did you find down there?
Hundreds of Securitrons, all of them upgraded now, just like Mr. House wants.
So, all this time, the old man had an entire army on layaway? Clever player. Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those Securitrons come pouring out on Judgment Day. I'd pay to have that bronzed. So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Figure out how to set things in motion. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. Let it swing.
I have to decide what happens to you now.
I see. And how's that gonna happen?
Usually I fight into the death in the arena. Crucifixion is just basically, he gets dragged away and screams, "You sick, twisted fuck!" I haven't decided whether or not to, I haven't done that. I never did that option. Or I could just simply untie him. Okay. Anyway, fight in the arena, fair and square.
Machetes at 20 paces, hey? I accept your challenge.
Let's do it.
You're a class act, baby. Not to say I'm gonna make it easy for you. Come on!
Arena victory. Maria. I'll take that. The gun that killed me.
Away. True to Kaisar.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
I have some questions to ask.
What did you want to know?
How did you rise to power?
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
You were a follower of the Apocalypse?
Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the wastes. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended.
What changed you from a follower to a dictator?
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time.
Why would learning dialects be a waste of time?
If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse. Or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects. Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me. But before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch. But the real problem was, they didn't know how to fight.
What was wrong with the Blackfoot?
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
What steps did you take?
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
Remember, reading is fundamental. What happened after you trained the Blackfoot?
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books.
What happened to the tribes?
Kaibabs joined me. and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me back west, with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
This is more foreshadowing for the Honest Hearts DLC. And since forming the Legion, all you've done is conquer other tribes?
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My Legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my Legion will have its Rome.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
That's enough questions for now.
What else then?
I'll eliminate Mr. House for you.
Good. Don't know what kind of security he has inside the Lucky 38, but if you can find a way of catching him off guard, do so.
Going to talk to Walpus for another quest.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion, assuming you're really on our side, of course.
Yeah, tell me about the Burned Man.
Ah, yes. We are forbidden from speaking his true name. He was a shaman of some kind before he met Caesar, a holy man from out of the Utah. The Burned Man proved dangerous, unpredictable, and impossible to kill. He helped Caesar form the Legion, but almost led it to destruction.
Was there something you needed me to do?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
I'll check up on her for you.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip. Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there.
Aw.
True to Caesar.
Now that I'm accepted by the Legion, I should be getting Caesar's little loot boxes. Just like the NCR when it gave me the emergency radio, Legion will give me like boxes full of loot.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
It's the cursor.
Awe, are you ready to return to Cottonwood Cove?
I'm ready to return to Cottonwood Cove.
Very well.
You retrieved your confiscated equipment on your way out of the fort. 11 p.m. What's in the restrooms? Nothing. What's in the women's restroom? Bin. go to the let's see, Snyder. No, we'll go to the Coyote Mines and sleep in the house. We're going to keep walking along, because one of Caesar's scouts will come up to us and go, here's a location to... Oh, is that him up there? Yeah, I think that's him.
Though you aren't of the Legion, you've aided us more than once. We acquire many items on our raids, some useless to us, some forbidden. I've provided you the location of a drop box where you can obtain these items. The box will be replenished every few days. Please be aware that we'll assume any items left in the box will be unwanted and be removed and destroyed.
How long will I get this benefit?
Stay an ally of the Legion and we will share our loot with you. If you start working against us or become an enemy, our deal ends.
Goodbye.
True to Kaiser.
Caesar's favor. Okay, let's go find the loot box. Sorry, wrong button. Oh, by the way, one thing I think I should correct from one of my other videos about the devaluing of the NCR dollar. Well, thanks to Oxhorn's videos on Fallout lore, the reason why the NCR dollar is so devalued is because the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 2 did a robbery on their gold reserves. So that's why the NCR dollar is devalued. And there's a drop box. Take those. Take those. Ooh, both encumbered. Take those. There we are.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm not going to use Benny's 9mm instead. I'm going to keep it as a trophy, I think. Wow, I just got a shit ton of Legion currency. Okay, where to next? Well, let's go back to Hidden Valley and tell Elder McNamara that as I was saying, we'll tell Elder McNamara that I've got all the scouts reports.
Hey, don't take too...
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's out. She's pretty much outcast. Well, we've moved the story on a little bit.
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did you have something to discuss?
Yes, I did. Here are their reports.
Good. Let's take a look. If I'm reading this right, it appears that the NCR's grip on this region is nowhere near as firm as I thought. I'll have to review these in detail, but these reports have given me much to think about. Thank you, Outsider. You've become someone I can count on, so I believe I can share something rather confidential with you.
Go on.
The device that creates the sandstorms above, that masks our comings and goings, was only intended to be used in case of emergencies. It was never meant to be used with any regularity, and the other systems here were not designed to accommodate such usage. In particular, the air filtration system simply cannot handle the quantity of sand and grit that it's been forced to cope with these last few years. As a result, the system is failing, albeit slowly. I'm told we have a scant few months before it shuts down completely. Should that happen, it will quickly become impossible to breathe here in the bunker. Already the air quality begins to slightly worsen. I would like you to find the components we need to fix this bunker's air filtration system. I cannot overstate the importance of this task. See Senior Knight Lorenzo for the details. He's the one who brought the matter to my attention, and the only other person who is aware of it.
I suppose we could
Hello,
speak
Outsider.
to Scribe Ibsen. What's my science skill? 70. Save. So I don't know whether or not my science skill is high enough for the speech check. Let's see. Excuse me, Scribe.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell. It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
Something wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
Why's that?
One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Oh, bollocks. A virus?
Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data.
Anything I can do to help?
I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able to come up with something coming at it fresh. While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. The problem is that it keeps moving periodically. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or 2, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd.
Can the virus's files be partitioned so read access is only provided by the kernel administrator?
What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move.
I'll give it a try then.
Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
How may I assist you?
And here comes the fun part. Save. I might not get this all in one go. Might take a few tries. Wait for the signal.
How may I assist you?
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. Seconds.
Not gonna make it.
The bunker takes a little getting used to. Damn, it's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time. Did you want to try isolating the virus?
Yes.
All right. I'll monitor when it jumps. When I give the signal, start checking terminals.
Same pattern.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. 10 seconds. How may I assist you? Damn, it's jumped. I thought we might have had it that time.
Try again.
Did you want to try isolating?
Yes. We'll try from here then.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to. That's it. We got it. The virus has been purged.
Kick ass. Save.
You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right?
What kind of information is in the data store?
Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
Now that the data store is fixed, what do you think of Harden trying to get McNamara dismissed?
I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
I need to get going.
Bye.
Senior Knight Lorenzo.
Hmm? Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, Senior Knight and General Handyman around here.
The Elder wants me to retrieve components to help fix the air filtration system.
So now I'm going to have your death on my conscience too? Great.
Maybe you misheard me?
No, I heard you quite clearly. You're being sent off to be killed like the others. You think you're the first person the Elders trusted with this? He sent 3 of our patrols out looking for those components, and they're all dead. I was the one who supplied the Elder with the location of possible sites where we could find the components, so their deaths are my fault. And now it's your turn. Well, don't say you weren't warned. I won't take the blame when you die horribly. But I can tell you're getting impatient. The items I'll need to keep the system running are a differential pressure controller, a reverse pulse cleaner, and several HEPA cartridge filters. At present, my best guess for finding the items would be to search any of the old vaults in the area. Those vaults were usually built much like these military bunkers, even using the same contractors in their constructions at times. I'll mark the vault's locations on your map. Best of luck to you.
Looks like we're gonna have to do some dumpster dive, some dumpster diving, some vault diving. First, we are going to complete Veronica's quest.
Aw, just when the standing around was getting exciting. That chip of yours? I wouldn't wager it on blackjack. Unless the dealer has a 5 or 6 showing.
I have some questions I wanted to ask you.
This better not be about the meaning of life.
Any thoughts about Caesar's Legion?
Silliest dressed band of raping, slaving marauders you'll see east of California. I'll say that. Where's that touch of old world class? Although, I hear the soldiers mount each other as much as they mount their women, so maybe they did keep a little something from the Empire. No such privilege for the women, though. Figures. So, to answer your question, they're a bunch of hypocritical jerkwads. It's a word.
Help me craft something?
Step into my office.
Right, we're going to go back to that Followers of the Apocalypse outpost. I'm going to need this pulse gun. Yeah, I'm going to need this pulse gun. Followers outpost. Future weapons today.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Oh, fuck. It's a Brotherhood hit squad.
Sharing knowledge with an outsider organization. I knew Veronica couldn't be trusted. We tracked your movements a long way, but it was worth to catch her in the act. Passing Brotherhood secrets to outsiders is the lowest form of treason. What have you got to say for yourself?
She hasn't shared any secrets. You don't have any proof otherwise.
She has made her intentions plain. We will not risk any further damage. In the name of the Elder, I hereby sentence you to death.
First death! First death! Wow.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Sharing knowledge with an outsider or...
Right. Atomic cocktail. Medics.
God, I did this. This was my fault. Why didn't I see this coming? Of course they'd track me. Of course they'd assume the worst. Sure, I left them, but that didn't mean I'd ever be free of them. I should have known I was beaten before I began. I had to try, you know?
You don't control the people who did this.
No, I don't, do I? If I did, none of this would have happened. I should have left a long time ago. Cut my losses before it came to this. I never stood a chance.
Veronica has received the Causeless Rebel perk, which boosts her unarmed attack rate. Hey, leveled up again. Okay. Speech up to 90. Science up to solid 75. Let's have repair up to solid 60 and guns up to a solid 60. That perk right there is useless. It doesn't do anything because of a coding error. Weapon strength requirements and that. Okay, yeah, I'll need that. Because minimum strength requirement for a anti-material rifle is strength 8. I'm only a strength 5.
Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that things didn't go like I'd hoped, but at least I got the chance to try. At least I know for sure that there was nothing I could do. Thank you for giving me that chance. See you around.
And that's Veronica's quest complete. T-51B armor. Ooh, tri-beam laser rifle.
Ooh, got something good for me?
T-51B. Still hollow tag. No, I'm not going to take that.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
Yeah, that's the line graph.
making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
And that seems like a convenient place to stop. So, what an adventure we had. We finally managed to move the story on a little bit, dealing with Benny. We've now made contact with Caesar's Legion, and we've also completed Veronica's quest. Sorry it didn't turn out the way you intended, Veronica. I'm so sorry. We also went into Vault 34 and did a little bit of looting. Too bad it was loaded with ghouls. So the adventures will continue next time. If you've liked this Let's Play series so far, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter at SandyBFox. Tune in again next time for another exciting adventure of Mr. Jammy B'Stard, the luckiest son of a bitch who's ever graced the Mojave Wasteland. Same Fallout time, same Fallout channel. Laters.